It's us
Look at
again.
that. I love it. Oh my God. Master, watch out for the ice.
Woo. Hey, it's cold up here.
There's
What's
a lot.
going on? It's me
Hey,
and William.
it's called winter.
Winter.
It's called winter.
All right, watch. Yeah, William's got new brakes on his hooves. You ready? 1, 2. You ready, William? 1, 2, 3. Go.
It's ice. Watch it.
That's it. Look at that. He just slid in, nice and quiet. We've been practicing all this.
I didn't hear any crashing into the barn, so I'm happy.
He's running around the barn. There he is. He's okay. No crashing into the barn.
Honestly, it must be those shoes you put on him because it's nothing but ice. I mean, I almost did a 360 in my car going down the other day.
Are you serious?
And I have a cliff. When I was, right by the cliff, it was nothing but a sheet of ice. It
Oh, my
was
God.
so scary.
Well, you're going to have to get some ice
it-
out there. I mean, that ice melter stuff, you guys got to get some of that. Not just sand. You're going to have to get some of that out there.
We have that 17% grade.
Okay.
And, wow. It's scary.
It's
There's an
scary.
edge. There's an edge to that 17% grade. There's an edge. And when you look down, it's like way down there.
Yeah, exactly. There's that one part where you come around the corner, coming around the mountain,
Yeah.
and it drops straight off right down into your neighbor's house. So that one area
My
there.
neighbor's house.
That's right.
Yeah, and they're a mile down,
Yeah.
They're a mile down.
Seems like it. Seems like it. Hi, Gene. It's been
Okay.
a while. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm very, very, very excited because
Yes.
I got to say something.
Well, go ahead,
Keep
Gene.
it a secret.
Yeah, she's going to roll it out. Here we go.
It's called Golden News.
Golden news?
Golden News. No, it's going to be called Trump and the Not Fake News Radio Show.
Yep. We needed to. We were talking about this, that we need some positive influences instead of what we've been hearing on the negative press. We'll continue to do our Trek Upward radio show, but we're going to add this as a new endeavor of the studio at 5,600 feet. So here we are.
So it'll be a place for a change that you can go and hear all the news for the week and not be inundated. Is that the right word?
Inundated, I believe.
With
Yeah.
inundated with fake news and with negative statements. It's going to be so positive. We're going to look for the good that's going on in everything, and we're going to give it to you.
Yeah,
as
enough
it
is
comes down
enough.
the pipeline.
We've had enough of this. We've been dealing with this, and I mean, I want to mention something that I saw this week. We've been doing, some preparations for relocating certain aspects of our our household, and we're doing some research and finding out that ABC News has actually initiated some kind of legal proceedings regarding the use of the content of their shows. So basically, what that means is if you listen or see one of their interviews on television after a certain period of time, you cannot use it, you cannot relate to it, you can't. And so what they're trying to do is to keep people from being able to prove how false their news is. So we need to counteract that. I'm serious. That's what it's about. It's bad news.
Well, I learned something pretty neat today, or actually this week, that kind of made me happy. And that is Murdoch owns Fox News, and he is a Trump supporter. He's got $65 billion, so he's got Trump's back.
Good.
I'm so grateful to hear that because I've heard so much negative stuff for so long. And they're friends. They play golf together.
That's good. Now, all we need is some of that to support us and our endeavors here to get the word out and the revolution of higher consciousness that we so need. So,
Well, when you look at Time Warner and some of these other media stations, they're all owned by the really, really bad guys who really, really hate Trump and are liberal and doing everything in the world to send out media chaos.
yep.
Chaos in this fake news. It's amazing. It's amazing that this is really happening and that the American people are standing by and letting it happen. So we need to rise up, and we're going to start a nice channel, and this channel is only going to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Right, exactly. And we finally have to do something. I mean, and we also want to get it out there so that people, when you're doing your searches on things, will find us. And
Please, 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 when you're listening to the news, fact check. Go find out if what they're saying is really true, because usually it's a cut and paste story if it's a negative, and they've made it up, and they've added to it, and they've spin it.
absolutely. So
like a web.
So do we have our web designer going to take a look at our new banner for our new offering?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it's going to be golden. I think that color gold, wearing gold on your body, gold, there's something to be said about gold, and there is gold in those hills.
There are. And it grows, and it's precipitated sunlight.
Precipitated sunlight. I know, isn't it amazing? Wear it on your body. It detoxes you. Anyway, we're pretty excited about this, and it's in the creative process. It's been a long time coming. I think Lou Dobbs is about the only one that gets close to selling his news in a positive way.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of very positive things from Lou Dobbs, and you can tell that he's excited about seeing the positives that are coming out of it. What amazes me are their reactions when the stupid stuff comes up. And he looks at this and goes, I can't believe this is happening. What is going on here? Why are they doing this? Well, that's the question that all of us are asking. It's stupid. But we know why they're doing it.
They've gotten away with all this crazy stuff for so long. They've gotten spoiled. I mean, if you think about it, who in their right mind would make a bathroom where pedophiles could go in and call it a transgender bathroom, and pedophiles can go in there and be with the little girls because they say that they're a girl too? Oh my God. Let's think about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. So yeah, we need to stop that. We need to actually raise the consciousness. People have to see what's going on. And I don't think everybody's going to be able. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Get out of that bathroom.
Woo, yeah. So anyway, I mean, we have to change this. And I could say that some people might not do this anymore. I mean, if they knew better, they would do better. And I'm talking about parades, and I'm talking about the stupid hats that they're wearing and the very vulgar kind of costumes that they've been putting on. I think that if they really understood the law, and I'm talking about the spiritual law that's behind this, I'm hoping that they would turn around and not act as the way that they are, and really recognize that, oh, wait a minute, rethink their positions, on some of the liberal ideas. So
I'm like Ashley Judd. I'm like Ashley Judd and Madonna. What the heck did they drink?
I loved Ashley Judd. I loved all her
She's
movies
so pretty.
and everything. Yes, and I thought she had that natural look, and she was coming forth in this, and then for her to stand up there and do that, I'm sorry, Ashley, you just lost a fan. You lost a long-term
Well, you know
fan.
what? She lost a lot of fans, but the sad thing is when she turns like 60, she's going to look back and go, what the heck was I drinking that day?
I don't know. She's middle-aged now. I mean, she should know better. So,
well, somebody told me that a lot of Hollywood people sell their soul to the devil, so to speak.
They do.
To get their positions.
They do.
So maybe that's what she's done. She's just gone on the dark side.
Yeah, there are some very dark things that we haven't talked about on this show, that the Trek Upward radio show. But yes, there are procedures and processes and rituals that some of the Hollywood elite have stepped forward and just started hinting at that they had to go through to get their positions, and what they had to do to sell their souls. So if you take a look at a lot of the rock stars that are there and you watch the downfall that they've gone through, some of those have been caught up in that whole entire satanic rituals that have been going on with us. So look at the satanic rituals, look at the satanic imagery. You'll see it in their MTV, in their videos that are showing up on VH1 or MTV or any of the other places, and you'll see a lot of that's going on. That has been influenced, and that is almost a requirement for them to get successful in Hollywood.
Well, I know when I sit down and watch TV, which I don't like to do anymore, because when the commercial comes on, you don't know what's coming down the pipeline. It'll be either this distorted image that's so ugly, it's like, oh my God, what just went into my third eye? Your third eye, or your mind's eye, is a camera, and it takes pictures of the movies that you watch as if it was a real personal experience you've had, and so like that monster that you just saw in the news that was just so gross and disgusting is now a permanent fixture unless you know how to decree and clear it out of your arena of thought. But anyway, it's when you behold beauty, it's healing. And you're seeing less and less beauty on the screen on purpose, because those dark forces that we don't even know what the heck, where they come from, the aliens, with this. Oh my God, it's just so scary. It's distorting people and their ability to see and perceive what truth is and what it isn't. It distorts and creates a chaos in the mind. And so when you think about transgender bathrooms, to our point, you can't think straight because you're so garbled with ugliness that you can't see beauty anymore.
Yeah, and the other part of it is too is that the imagery that is constantly rained upon us from movies and videos and all sorts of commercials is definitely designed to do what it was supposed to do. For example, how many movies there was a sequence of movies that all came out about the same time that showed the destruction of the White House. Yeah, exactly. It's nuts. So
they were Cookie.
Yeah. So then there was another series of movies that showed, the destruction of, the Capitol building.
Symbolism.
And so
Subliminal.
any other symbolism. So it started with these disaster movies, for example, that would wipe out and always it seemed to be the Statue of Liberty was the target of these things. So you'd see a big wave come over New York, and they'd always show this thing with Statue of Liberty or whatever else was going on. So Olympus has fallen, Independence Day, all these others that have shown the destruction of the government were specifically designed to put the thought forms out there so that people would reproduce those thought forms, and it would become part of the mass consciousness then, which then affects everybody. So, see, the fallen angels know this kind of stuff, and that's why they introduce this into the mass consciousness, especially through
What the
controlled
heck is a
media.
fallen angel?
Those are the
What
guys.
is a fallen angel?
Those are the guys that had high attainment, and basically thumbed their nose at the living Christ and the embodied Christ, and said, "We are better than that Christ," and that's not my thinking; that's theirs. And so what happened was there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not, and so on. So we know the biblical scriptures of this, and actually most of the world's major religions also show that as well. So these guys were kicked out of the highest state and thrown into the earth. Well, where did they go? Took embodiment. Those are the guys that have shown up in the banks, in the political arena, and we're seeing this. They're the ones that are controlling the media. They're the ones that are doing this, that, and the next thing, and these are the reasons we have the problems that we do.
Well, also, what you put your attention on, you become. So if you're going to look at distorted figures and think about, sex, or think about, just all kinds of dark thoughts, you're going to pretty much start doing that because the mind is a camera that thoughts influence. And when you think or visualize something sincerely, you are practicing black magic if it's a negative. In other words, you're watching TV and you see the Capitol building blow up, and basically that's a thought form that goes into your mind, and then you get a million people thinking that at the same time. You're literally practicing, you've just gotten sucked into black magic, and you see this happening even though you don't want it to happen. It's there because it's been planted. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. That's how it's done. And then take that to a grander scale. If you control the media and throw those images out over a mass of people, then it takes on a whole multiplication factor, depending on how many people have seen this, and so on and so on and so on. It becomes an issue. In fact, I allude to this on Prophecy is Given. I talk about mass visualizations and why those sometimes fail. So it's interesting.
Gossip is worse than murder because people have to live through it. Gossip to me is a form of black magic. But when you take the gossip and you visualize that this person is that dastardly deed that you just said, and you bring the combination of both the visual and the gossip, then you have produced an actuality. So it's a very dangerous thing for the media, Hollywood, to be putting these images and constantly bombard. And as the years go by, they're more violent, they're more Armageddon, they're more, destructive, and people are getting numb to it. It's literally making people numb, and they receive that information, and then pretty soon you see people walking down the street shooting each other. It's crazy. How many movies are done with guns now? It's like, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with guns. I love guns. I got one, and I like to hunt. But the point is, the mind is called, what is it called when a vet has psychological problems from being in war. PD, what is
Well,
that called?
they're calling it PTSD now, but it's always been
Well,
around.
see, so
They used to
I'm
call it
thinking
shell
that
shock
TV,
in World War II. Shell shock.
right? I think that TV is giving us a PMDT or whatever. Seriously, the media, and it's doing damage to people. You're getting shell shocked by all the images that are continually. It's the same as being in war, and people are walking around going, "Duh." Oh
No,
my
that's
God.
it. You got it. PMSD, post media stress disorder.
Yeah,
You
I'm
got a new
serious.
word
I think
for it.
this. I think it's real, and I think that's why people are going off. They're shell shocked. They're going off and doing crazy things because they feed their brain this stuff for so long. There's this great book called Subliminal Seduction that was written about 30 years ago, and I think it's like the 101 on subliminal type advertising. But the point is now 20, 30 years later, we're being fed stuff that we actually act on destroying our planet ourselves by the images that we're fed. That's why we see some of this, violent stuff that's going on, the behavior of people. They've been seduced, they've been hypnotized, they've been put under a spell by the television. It's crazy to think that, but again, the mind is a receiving channel. It's like and you're the mixer board. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the subconscious programming that's in there. It's interesting when I was doing some research on some of the spiritual laws behind what happens when you put your third eye on something, and the programming that's in the subconscious. It's like a automatic thermostat that you can't see. So if you put your consciousness on something, it ends up feeding the subconscious. Subconscious ends up getting the programming in it. So then everything that you take in, your visualizations, what you see in your eyes, what you see and hear through your ears, what you sense, it then gets distorted by that programming that's in the subconscious, and it changes the temperature or changes your consciousness up or down depending on what it is that you've put your consciousness on before. So everything becomes filtered or colored based on that. So that's why we're seeing a lot of this bizarre behavior out in these parades in these streets. And like that one video of the woman that was wearing some kind of a hat, and she had, I don't even want to talk about it. It was so perverse. It was pretty bad stuff. So put your stuff on good stuff. Put your eyes on good stuff. Put your thoughts on good stuff. Put your attention on good stuff. Put your attention on healthful things. Put your attention on sunrises. Put your attention on victory. Put your attentions on, incredibly beautiful images. And all of that is out there for you to see. So let's turn this around. We need a revolution in higher consciousness right now.
Yeah, well, this is a more serious show, but it's okay. The media sucks, and we need to fix the media. I'm sorry.
Okay. So our offering to the world is stay tuned for our show that's coming up. Yeah,
It's going to be the golden show, the Trump not fake news.
That's right.
Radio show.
And we're going to bring that to you. And what we're going to cover is we're going to be covering current events. We'll be covering the current news because there is a lot of requests for us to go ahead and continue looking at this. So we're going to respond to things that are in the works. And we have obviously lots of stuff that's going on. I mean, look at the executive orders that have been signed.
Yay. Military, bigger, stronger, better. I love it.
Build the wall. So
I love it.
So obviously we want to put the attention on building up America again, the way the founding fathers saw it, the way that it was supposed to be, the way that we're supposed to have that love and that support of the Constitution, and to kick out those things that were never should have been. Attacks against life, attacks against people, against their rights. But, the interjection of this thought forms and things that are coming at us that we've discussed through the media and through the press, that these things have to be eliminated if we're to rise up in consciousness and to really have a great society. And you can see it's been going down. Now it's time to stop, turn around, and bring it back up again. And that's what this is all about. And please pray for our president. Protect his life. Protect his decision-making processes. Pray for him. Send your angels. Send your love. That love is energy, and it will roll back any and all negative energy that is attacking. So if you send him a lot of love and somebody else is sending him hate, it actually counteracts it. So do it. Yep.
Pray for him.
Him, his family, and anybody that's in his sphere of
Yeah,
influence.
yeah.
Anybody that could affect him
Definitely.
or affect those decisions. And we have some people that are kind of marginal that are pretty close to that administration. So we want to protect that whole entire process of the new administration unfolding the way that God would want it to unfold for the country.
Amen.
There you go.
And put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get out of here, Gene. We're going to roll
right.
down the hill, and we're going to. You got some
No,
stuff
no,
for
no,
us?
no, no. You better skate down the hill because it's a sheet of ice.
All right.
I'll put- I got some-
I need the skater's waltz as we get out of here. So,
Yeah.
come on, William. Let's get out of here.
Let's waltz out of this show.
All right, sounds good. You ready?
See ya.
Bye.
Woo.
Let Gene do an astrology consultation for you, your family, or your friends. Go to astrologygenehart.com or give her a call or text her at 1-406-599-3934. There are powerful spiritual tools available to help you deal with planetary and personal challenges, and these can be found at prophecyisgiven.com. And be sure to visit our website at thetrekupwardradioshow.com or stop by on Facebook at www.facebook.com/trekupward. And be sure to hit like on our page. Or visit YouTube and search for the Trek Upward Radio Show. Be sure to subscribe so you do not miss another episode of the Trek Upward Radio Show. The Trek Upward Radio Show is a studio at 5,600 feet production.